What's cracking, squad fam?
So I make videos where I educate and talk about a little known fictional ninja universe. And it's a series, so I currently have videos where I explain other elements of the Naruto boruto world. This video, the one you're watching right now, I'm going to be talking about Kinjutsu. Kinjutsu literally translates to forbidden techniques. And let me tell you, these techniques, they're no joke. But let me stop here with Kinjutsu. I'm also going to put Hiden techniques in this video also, since they are both kind of cut from the same fabric. So let me explain Hiden techniques and then we're gonna go back to Kinjutsu. Hiden techniques translates to secret tradition. These are essentially hidden techniques that are not necessarily forbidden, but no one can really use them since usually it's one single tribe's power that was passed down in secret for generations. Okay, going back to Kinjutsu, a technique can be put under the classification of Kinjutsu when a head village member is notified about a jutsu that fills any of the following criteria. When a technique inflicts damage to self, reshapes the laws of physics, or rewrites nature, and then the last rule is a jutsu cannot have an extremely high destructive yield. Again, if it enters the criteria of any of these, it can be subject to being banned by a village elders. But this doesn't necessarily stop people from using the technique. There is no enforced legal action against those guilty. People hardly even frown upon the use of some Kinjutsu. This really only goes for jutsus that have broken the first or third rule. Like, no one said anything to Tsunade using her secret art creation rebirth strength of 100 technique, or Danzo spamming his Izanagi. It's actually a pretty long list. 8 gates, the Izanagi, Izanami, the Reaper Decio, like all of Naruto's Rasen shurikens are banned techniques.
Hey kid, you're not hurt, are ya? Stupid cat!
But not all Kinjutsu are treated as equal. Using some Kinjutsu will just get you under the status of a rogue ninja. The techniques that validate rule number 2, like Ito Tensei or the corpse clone techniques used in Boruto, can put you in a situation where you're now in some village's hit list. So not only using these techniques can get you in trouble, Orochimaru was prosecuted for experimenting and researching with Kinjutsu abilities, though it's hard to be sure because he was also experimenting with live people. Deidara became a rogue ninja when he stole Kinjutsu scrolls.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
Whereas Kinjutsu is a thing where it's like, hey, yeah, that technique really shouldn't be practiced. Hiden techniques are more of a dope technique that is confined to one tribe through oral teachings. Essentially, Hiden is unrelated to Kekkei Genkai. For it to be Hiden techniques, really there should be theoretically people outside the clan that could learn it through the right training. But sometimes people with Kekkei Genkai also have their own Hiden techniques. For example, the Hyuga clan has to go through extensive training to learn the Hyuga fighting style. And one of the techniques that they have in their tool belt is called Tenketsu strikes. There was previous users who trained themselves to learn this Hiden technique without being a Hyuga. Tenketsu strikes are pretty much attacking the chakra network through pressure points. Anyone should be able to perform a Hiden technique through the right training, though for it to be a Hiden technique, it has to be a tradition for the descendants to learn the jutsu that the original creators created. These techniques, if you haven't guessed already, are like Ino, Shikamaru, and Chocho's techniques. They're like the celebrities of Hiden techniques in the Leaf. What I find weird is a lot of these techniques have yin or yang releases. I'm guessing these two specific releases need tons of mentoring by someone who already uses it. Kind of like Rasengan. I mean, it was only invented once or twice. I still wouldn't consider it to be a Hiden by no means. Actually, I don't even know why I brought that up. What I'm saying, it's got to be very heavily clan only related. You know, speaking of clan related, the Uzumaki's Fuinjutsu could have maybe be considered a Hiden if they weren't all wiped out. Okay, I don't know. I don't think that I should be saying that on the mic officially. That's Kinjutsu and Hiden techniques. I'm 6PassH. This channel is my ninja guide. And as always,
Watch the whole thing. Twice. Watch it again.
Hey, watch the video again, shithead. You going somewhere? Open a new tab.
It's finished. guess this is the end. Looking back, my life has been nothing but failure. The tale of Jiraiya the Gallant.